Hello everyone, it's Red Gadget here, and I'm really happy to have got third place in Ultimate Time Wizard Birmingham. I played Blackwings, and yeah, the deck performed well. I was day one. I was 3-0. I played Vayu Turbo game match one, a mirror game match two, and then forks like Fishborg frogs. Then yeah, I was 3-0, so I was pretty hyped for day two, and I was feeling pretty confident. Then we started at 9 a.m. day two. I played Virus Turbo, where I got like deck devs like 5 times. I played against Machina Control, I think another Forks, another Fishborg frogs. I played Hero Frogs. I played Amaryllis, and most of my matches went to 2-1. Like I was unlucky to be like I was losing game ones all day, but like I usually lose game one and I win the other two, so I was pulling out a lot from such situations. And yeah, in any case, I got to top 8. I was 7-1. I lost last round of Swiss to a mirror in like 10 minutes. I drew a double Vayu and he drew like double Whirlwind Shura. And game 2, I dust shooted him, but it was like a cracked hand. Like I could do nothing. It was just downhill from there. So yeah, that was pretty unfortunate, but it's good because maybe it's better to not have undefeated in Swiss and then lose in top 8 curse. So yeah, I managed to get third place, and yeah, in top 8 it was for top 8 Fishborg frogs 2-0. And the funny thing is that I was so tired by the end of that day that I put a few cards to side in and a few cards to side out, and then I didn't put the side in the main and then the main in the side, so I just played 2 games with the main deck. And the Fishborg frogs are known to be like hard to beat, like game 1 and with the main deck. So yeah, I'm happy. Well, I'm not happy about that, but at least it shows that I can play with my main deck with forks. And then I lost against top 4 against Machina Control with like traps like Blackwing hate. Basically, the deck's designed to just be Blackwing, so I just 2-0 lost. And then for third place, I played against Forgs, and I won 2-0. So that's basically the rundown. We can get into the profile. So I played 3 Shura, that's standard. All this is standard. 3 Bora. Some people cut this. I don't run Gores, and I don't run some monsters I used to main. So I really need another normal summon. I'm on 19 monsters, and Bora's always broken. Like sometimes you can extend, like if you do Blizzard, bring back, and then you special, and then you can keep Shura on field and defense, and it's not negated, so it can be very strong. 3 Blizzards. Yeah, you can break on these, but it's like the payoff card. So, and it makes Goyo, which I won. So there you go. 3 Kalutes. Yeah, it's broken. Gale. 1. Yeah, nothing to say here. 3 Sirocco, that's normal, and then 2 Vayus. So the reason why I played 2 Vayus, and I was on and off, I was on 1 and then on 2 and then 1 and then on 2, is that I really like the ability to extend with like a Whirlwind Blizzard, make Bryo pitch Vayu, make a Vayu synchro play, and that comes up a lot. Like, because if you sure attack summon Vayu, you don't have a Vayu in deck to do the Bryo 46 damage play. And usually it's like through a couple back row, and this play is really important for me. Like I feel like maybe 30% of my games just end with this like Bryo pitch, make a armed wing swing play. And it's good into like synchros, and I think you'll see in the side deck I have 1 Raikou that mills, so I guess it can come up. But yeah, 2 Vayus. I think for now it's fine. I did brick on it a few times, but I think it's worth it because you have Icarus, you can just tribute it off. Dad, obviously, I mean, yeah, it's broken. It's not much. I didn't really draw it that much this whole tournament, but I did draw Whirlwinds. But I like usually people either like only draw this and like do well, or they draw Whirlwinds, I guess. So Dad didn't come up much. 2 Whirlwinds, shout out Hector. these came up all day. I was resolving them left and right, but it's broken. I have nothing else to say. This is pretty standard. This is pretty standard. It's a standard spell lineup for Blackwings. This is I wouldn't change anything. Maybe I would main a Mind Control at some point, just because it's another power card and it like makes the Blizzards and the Gale alive. Then for the traps, okay, so this is a bit interesting, and this is what I always talk about, is that normally people play something like this. So they play 3 Deep Riz and Mirror Force and a double Bottomless. Because the idea being that this is bad in Blackwings because your board, you always have board presence because you're aggro. But the way I see it is, first, this allows you to play a bit more defensively because Blackwing's pretty fragile if you don't have all the all the combo pieces and all the things to really push. Like if your summon gets stopped, you don't have a good way to play through that. So it's also important to sometimes pop your own guys. Like if they go like something Caius target, you hit this. Make sure your Shura hits Graves, your Blizzards are alive. Because if your first Blackwing gets banished, it's pretty tough. And yeah, you just set this turn 1 if you're slow, and it's fine. Secondly, I really like the fact that we have like 3 battle traps and 3 summon stoppers, because technically you want to draw like a combination of the two. So this is fine, right? This is fine. But this is kind of mid, because if you don't bluff it correctly, it's like very telegraphed and it's tough. Like, I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, obviously, but I really like this combination of like 3-3. And yeah, I'm not gonna cut Torrential. I think it's a staple at this point. Now we have 3 Icarus. This card's broken. I mean, what can I say? And then I guess this is more interesting. I decided to play 3 legacies. Now, some people do like 1 jar, 2 legacies, so that like people are not sure how many you play, and like you could play 6 or 3 or 2. But I feel like this doesn't matter. Like actually it's just a draw trap, and like when do you realistically like see 2 in grave and you're like, oh yeah, now they're out or something. Like you're always respected, and to be fair, I had like the supers, so I was like, I'm just not gonna play jar, I'm gonna play 3. Technically I don't think it matters. Like the second effect for Spirit never comes up. So yeah, you could play jars, you could play this. I find that this is fine. But the 3 performed really well because again, like Blackwing's pretty slow, so you can play like down to earth, like a slow game. You go like, for example, like this, right? You're early, you set this, feel pretty safe. Next turn draw 1, next turn draw 1. You might hit a whirlwind, you might hit like something, and you feel protected. So I feel like these are really strong. But at this point, they're pretty standard in Blackwings. And then for the last 3 traps, Dust Shoot, yeah, it's broken. Main deck Oppression. So the reason why I did this is because I wanted a 40th card. And in Bologna, I played the deck dev main, and it's really strong, but it can be dead oftentimes, and it's not like Vayu where you can easily make like you can put up monsters. And it was more of a personal choice. Like I'm really not sure what's better, but I wanted for this tournament to have a deck that kind of always does something. You know, I didn't want high ceiling. I wanted to make sure that my cards work. That like Oppression's always mid. It can be broken or mid, but it's never bad. And deck dev can be like really strong or really bad. And I decided to just go for like a slower, more control-y deck. That's also why I didn't go for Gores. Because yes, like Gores can conflict with Whirlwind and this and stuff like that. But people say yes, but if you have Whirlwind, you're winning. If you have this, you're winning. But then again, I feel like sometimes I don't want situations where I'm in, like, yes, that's true on paper, but I kind of couldn't forgive myself if I'm in a situation like that where I have a dead card in hand basically that does nothing. And like if they play through this, or it sometimes doesn't come up. Sometimes you have Gore stuck in hand in Blackwings and it doesn't work, and it sucks. I don't like that feeling, so I decided not to play it and just do a main deck Oppression. And finally, Judgment. Yeah, it's like the best card in the deck, effectively, and I think it's mandatory. Like you have to. Oftentimes you just like you have Dad and you have like huge plays, and you draw this, and I just say, okay, I'm not gonna do anything this turn. I'm gonna set it, play slow. Next turn, I'm going for a game. I'm going for a kill. I don't care. And people that cut this and like, yes, 4K is a lot, but in an aggro deck that like wins in 2 turns, it's mandatory. Like I don't see how you cannot play this. So let's go in the extra. For the extra tokens. So Chimera Tech for the Sidras. This I play Mistworm, so I cut the second Armor Master. Neither Mistworm nor this came up, but I like Mistworm because of the fork boards with the double. Sometimes you do double Stardust boards, and like it's easy because they don't have back row, so you just bounce their dupe block and whatever else they have, and you can hit for game. That's why I play Mistworm. But yeah, these are the Blackwings. The 5s, this is standard. Brio Goyo, Black Crows, yeah, that's standard. And then Thought Ruler, Stardust, Colossal, Darken, that's also standard. And then yeah, Mistworm for I think Fishborg meta now. It's like makes this card mandatory. I feel in Blackwings. But again, some people are like swear by the second one of these, so I'm not sure. I really am not sure. Yeah, that's the extra. And then the side, double Sidra. This is into GBs in the mirror, into machines. I mean, it's a strong card, and it outs Consecrated Light. You just special swing. Yeah. This again, Fishborg meta, Gigavice meta now. 1 was the standard, but 2 is mandatory at this point, I feel. And for me, this really worked well. Like I side this into Vayu Turbo a lot, like both. Then one Fossil Lina, again Fishborg meta, and like frogs, basically everything. Like a lot of stuff this deals with. Amaryllis, I think it won me a top 8 match into Fishborg. So yeah, it's really strong. And then this deck, so this goes into Vayu and all the decks that run Hamster Echo Caius engine. But I just side this in against Consecrated Light decks because you can either summon it or swing into the light, or you could set and pop. And I really like this card because you can pop back row with it, and you can mill, and sometimes, like not sometimes, oftentimes in Blackwing, milling is good because you mill Blizzard targets, you mill your Vayu, your Sirocco. If you mill a Sirocco, it makes the Blizzard, Whirlwind add like the play with Brownac, like you do Brownac pitch or Vayu play, like it makes that alive. So there's a lot of targets you want to hit with the Raikos, and this package seemed nice to out Consecrated Light and such decks. Then for traps, deck dev, yeah, it's Frog Hate and stuff like that. 2 pooling. I'm not so sold on this card, to be fair. I'm really not so sold on this card, but I think it's kind of mandatory to play because it hits a lot of stuff. But yeah, I'm really not sure. Like it didn't perform as well. Double Dust for Mirror, second Oppression main, and Road for GBs. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a basic Frog Hate here, and then Blackwing Hate, and then yeah, this is for mirrors. This for GBs and Blackwing. So yeah, in any case, that will be the deck profile. Thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one. Peace.